G'day everyone. I just wanted to make a video explaining what I'm doing at the moment to make some flame elementium. I have farmed Keegan a lot and it's very good profit. However, I'm a bit sick of it, so I've gone back to deep space farming and so I am currently, I'm not really nightmare farming. I am doing nightmares, and they are a significant portion of the currency that I'm making. However, a large portion of it as well is from the maps itself. I had a question on the YouTube channel as well as in-game of, is it unlucky for me to not get the chance for beads to spawn or desire crystals to transfer into beads? Now, it is unlucky. However, I'll explain in a second how you can better improve your odds. Now, when you go into the trait deck, there is a magnifying glass which tells you where it drops. Now, if you have a very powerful character and you just skip straight to Torment 8 maps, then you are reducing the chance that you are going to get the cards that you want. So the way that the trait cards drop, there are some that drop in time mark 2, 3, 4. And then some that drop in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then some that drop in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maps. So if you are farming for a specific card, you may want to check on that card where it drops. So if you are farming one that, well, in this example, I'll just quickly do this. Now you may notice a synergy here. I have Dark Surge going and I have Void Sea. Now that's just so I can pop Dark Surge and I can pop Void Sea at the same time, and they pretty much take as long as each other to do. And then every 6 of these, I have a chance of getting a Void Sea key, which currently sell for about 140. So that's just a little bit of extra synergy. So if we go into our trait deck in here, you can show unowned cards. Now I think I have maybe one that's unowned. I think I got it actually. That was this one. Yeah. So this one I haven't had drop. On the right here, you can go up to the magnifying glass, and that says it appears in time mark 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So eventually I will get it. However, if I reduced the time mark to 4 and ran a few maps, I would probably get it quite quickly. There are others. This is the one in question. It drops from 6, 7, and 8. So if I didn't have this card, and I was running time mark 8 as I am now, I would have a chance of getting this and I would have a chance of getting this. However, if I was to run time mark 4 or 5, there's no chance of getting the other one, so I would be more likely to get this one. What I'm about to do is I'm about to go through every single card, click on this to find out where they drop, and in my Google spreadsheet, I will list them by tier so you can target farm the ones that you need. I'll pause this now and I'll make up that spreadsheet. Alrighty, that took a while, but here we have it. So on the left we have the tag, what it is in the trees here, whether it's Turner, Cube, commodity, etc. It would have taken too long to write down what each one was, and it would have just made it a mess on the page. So now you can just go and say, I want to look up loyal in God of Might. We just bring this up. We go to God of Might and look at loyal, and that is showing time mark 6. So we can remove the blanks of time mark 6, and that's all the ones that you are competing with in time mark 6. Now, if you look at the trend, all of the chance to get things, like there's only a few in tier 1, so when you do tier 1s, you're guaranteed to get those 3. And then tier 2s are the chance to spawn everything, except for Eterna, as Eterna is time mark 7 plus content. So it's pretty much pointless dropping before time mark 6 or 7. As you won't be able to do the content if you get the keys anyway, if that's your limit. So you can use this tool. The link is in the description. This is a public shared. Anyone with a link can access this. Please don't edit it. If you want to edit it, make a copy, and then you can edit it as much as you like. Other things that are on this spreadsheet are my jagged primos, how many you get per, if you're wondering how much you can get in a season, that's how many primos. If you need a beads calculator, it's there. This is what you used to have to do when you wanted to figure out how to craft things. It was a little bit more in depth than it was, like bigger embers, ruling embers, tenacity embers, restless embers. Yeah, it was just an absolute pain in the ass. If you want to do some sets of speed farming, nightmare, all the formulas are in there, so you can just easily track what you want. I can't remember what that was, but I think it was just testing out which one was good, which one was shit, and some pre-season Keegan. So if you want to edit this, make a copy. If you want to come into the trait card and list what each thing is, feel free to, and then you can just save that. I don't mind if you add extra data down here to say what each card is, but please don't delete things off here, as that will just make me sad. Anywho, so let's go over the trait deck that I am running right now. I have drop quant per stage cleared. Let's go this way. So extra rare monsters just because of the gladiator, and every kill that should be 30 normal monsters, 6 magic and 2 rares. More monsters to kill, more flame sand that will drop, and using the pack spirits that I am just means more flame elementium. Now I've gone with flame sand drop has a chance to be multiplied by 2, and rare gear has a chance to become flame sand. I haven't gone with the third one of these, which is a 25% chance that rares drop a flame sand, because you're only going to fight like 20 rares in a map, which isn't worth a card in my opinion. These two will give you the biggest bang for your buck. Here we have 30% chance to obtain an additional attention point, because when you fight the Plane Watcher drops a ring that unidentified sells for 6. He also has a very high chance of dropping rank 5 plus beacons, even in normal season, and he drops the end. So the Plane Watcher drops, 15 to 20 flame elementium worth of stuff pretty reliably when you are mapping. I have Conquest with Honest for the 40% gameplay progress. We also have a drop quant plus 5 per new stage. That ties in really well with duration and extra 5 stages. So 5% per stage, 15 stages, that's 75% drop quant, which is enormous. Further on, we have 11% corrosion energy granted by monsters, and chance for bosses to appear in Dark Surge. Going down, we have Black Sail. We've just got the Wonder one. I am using compasses, that's why this is the only one I have. The idea behind this is I want to just smash through it, and it ties in really well with Dark Surge. You can do them both at the same time, and you have a chance when you do the encounter after 6 Black Sails, you have a chance of getting the key, and the keys are about 140 flame elementium each. And no one likes Black Sail. It's mostly garbage, except for that key. It's garbage. It drops like 2 or 3 flame elementium sometimes, whatever. But the key is everything, and that's why it's so expensive, because no one really likes doing this. And last but not least, we have Cube with the chance for Desire Crystals to drop to become Desire Beads. I don't actually use the crystals. I think the cube at the end of the map is absolute garbage, so I don't even bother. So let's have a look at the options. This one, bonus drop quant in God of War. I feel like it's at the end. I don't think it's during, but I like to go anyway. So I juice the map up as much as possible. If you are squishy, you can look through here, and if you don't like the options, you have 3 chances to re-roll. It does consume the Nether Realm each time, so you can just go up. Oh, I don't like that one. Oh, go up again. Oh, I don't like that one. You will not be able to add affixes after this reset. Are you sure you want to do that? Hell no. I can pretty much run anything because this build is quite strong. I'm only doing 8.3, so I guarantee one shot pretty much everything in the map. And then the compasses that I'm using Shiny War, so I can go faster and ties in with the rest of the stuff. Dark Surge, Black Sail, and Cube. Now, if you're looking on the trade house, you can either buy the compasses on trade for, I would only suggest buying it for the same cost as the vendor, which is towards the south of town. Otherwise, if these are more expensive than the vendor, just buy from the vendor. I wouldn't spend more than I have to, except for on the Black Sail. So the Black Sail compasses are about 0.8 each from the trade house. However, they're 3 flame elements each from the vendor, so that's definitely well worth getting from the vendor. Shiny Cube, they're the same price between the vendor and the trade house anyway. During most seasons, Shiny Might is really cheap. Goddess of the Hunt is super cheap because it's garbage. And Shiny Mechanical Compass at the moment is cheaper on the trade. However, during a normal season, Mechanical is very desirable, and they will be the same price either way. Eterna, early on in the league, will be the same price, but later on in the league, they'll be worthless. So that's what I do when juicing. And let's have a quick look at a map. So I have been running, actually let's have a quick look at the region that I would suggest you farm. Now, if you are unsure of which region to run, you can run all the maps and find the ones that you like the layout. If you're having fun while mapping, you're enjoying the layout and you're not getting killed by silly little things, then you're more likely to want to do it more and more. Now, each zone has specific drops that it can give, which if you click on a map, it gives you the exclusive drops for that zone. They can all drop rank 5 plus beacons here, which is great. That's, you know, everywhere in tier 8 has that. Everywhere in tier 8 has Useless Prophecy. However, not everywhere in tier 8 or tier 7, etc. have the 100-fold Windfall. That is specific to Glacial Abyss. If you get 9 of those, it gives you 100 flame elementium from the vendor. And whatever that word is, rock. Going back, we can go to Blistering Lava Sea, click on anywhere, and you can get the rock, you can get the Useless Prophecy and all the rank 5 plus beacons. However, you can get Immolating Flame. Now, Immolating Flame has a very low chance. Has a chance of being dropped by enemies in Blistering Lava Sea. That's the only place that you can get this card to drop. And it is worth currently 260 Flame Elementium each. That's clearly a scam. So it is very profitable if you can get that to drop. However, it has a much lower drop chance than other places. Going on, Steel Forge has, again, the same other stuff. However, its card is Long Farewell. Collect 17 Long Farewells to be traded in. These are currently going for about 15 each. They will drop far more often than the Immolating Flame. But if you like the layout, then do Steel Forge. Steel Forge is also often very, very cheap compared to the other three, purely because this one drops a card worth 15 Flame Elementium, and it's really quite often that you'll have them drop. I did about 3 hours the other day, and I got 9 drop or 13 drop or something. I've got them in my inventory. The Immolating Flame is a very rare drop. I have had 2 drop today, but that's pretty lucky. Steel Forge, going on, we have Thunder Waste. This one ties into the last one as well. So Cocoon Flame, 11 of these become 1 flame, Immolating Flame, so they should be around about 20 Flame Elementium each. They seem a little bit overpriced there, but that's fine. If you just divide the Immolating Flame by 11, that's how much they should be. So that is another very popular area, unless you have low lightning tolerance, then you'll just get smashed. And the least popular area in the game is the Voidlands. Now, Voidlands drop Cascade of Sands, which is just 6 of these gets you a stack of flame sand. Excellent early in the season, absolute garbage later in the season, when the price of this will go down to 1 Flame Elementium to half a Flame Elementium. And there is a lot of damage in this area that sucks to deal with. It's a very hated area. I like it for Filthy Forest boss rushing, as it's a pretty straight line to the boss, and often all of the league mechanic, whatever league it is, it bunches up near the boss, so you can just run straight to the boss, kill it, do the league mechanic, and leave. That's pretty consistent throughout all seasons so far, and Filthy Forest is a very good option. So anyway, after that lengthy explanation, let's just have a quick look. Oh, one last thing. Pack Spirits. Now, the Flame Sand cards that I've chosen link in with these 2 Pack Spirits really well. So, Cloud Gatherer Surging Gold, if you click the up arrow here, it will show you the bonuses that it gives. So it gives 32%, correction, 42% chance for additional flame fuel drop quantity. That just means when a flame sand drops, we've increased that chance by the cards. It has a chance to drop another either flame dust, flame sand, or flame elementium, which, you know, just means more chances at getting currency. Now, the higher tier map that you do, the more chance it has for flame elementium to be the one that drops. So boosting the chance is very, very good. Now you can either use Surging Gold, or you can click here, go to drops. The most common one is Happy Chonky. Happy Chonky gives a 16% chance. He doesn't give anything in the middle. and he also gives another 5% chance there. So if you have him at level 6, that's a 21% chance that whenever a flame fuel drops, a second one will drop as well. And they can drop in stacks of 10. So, you know, if you get lucky and get a second one drop and it's a stack of 10, it has a chance to be a stack of 10 Flame Elementium. And the last one I'm using here is just the League mechanic for the preseason for extra gladiators, because I just want the keys to drop. And gladiators have a larger drop pool, so they drop a lot more gear, a lot more flame dust, a lot more flame sand, which means that there is a high chance for Flame Elementium to drop. That's the map. When I get into a nightmare, I switch to my nightmare pets and I kill them. If you are struggling, you can quickly switch to your pets, your damage pets, and do that. And then just remember to switch back to your drop pets. Now, if you are unfamiliar, up here you have a switch. It's off by default. You can turn that on, and on the right here it has a quick select for your things, or you can set the option in control settings. Right down the bottom, you can add hotkeys to switch between your plans. So simply, that's Nightmare. I just pressed 1 and back again. So let's do a quick reset of this. And then I'll quickly go over how I build my nightmares. Now, it differs between the tier of content that you are doing as to how I build my nightmares to maximize the amount of currency that I get. Now, if you notice that I am automatically picking up Flame Elementium, that is because the default loot button is A. So I just run around with right click held down, and I have A held down, so I just automatically pick up everything. Now, you may want to ensure that you have a very good loot filter, so your inventory does not fill up instantly. I currently have one that is very strict, so I don't want to see any rare gear drop, because it will just fill up my inventory immediately. So I've just turned that all off for the preseason. I will remove that filter when the season starts, next season. And yeah. So that is that. I'll go back in and load another one, just so I can show how I build my nightmares. This method will get you probably around about 400 or 500 Flame Elementium an hour from the maps, as well as 1,000 or so from the nightmares, if you have the spirits. Now, you don't always get an excellent option here. There are clearly better options available, but they're extremely rare to come up. I had one earlier that was adds 4 rainbows, and then every round it removes the lowest tier. So it would add 4 rainbows here and then remove one of these greys. As long as you're adding and adding and adding and replicating, then you can get some really juicy nightmares. I had one earlier like that. I had 850 Flame Elementium drop on the ground. It took like 10 minutes to loot, but that's completely fine. Excuse me. So here we have gear bubbles. Garbage. Here we have Netherrealm bubbles, which is okay, but you need 6, and I don't have any. I've got 1 by default here. If I had 3 or 4 here, I would definitely go for this rainbow. However, in this case, if I get 3, I get a red. And if I get a red, I get a bunch of rank 5 plus beacons, and I get a bunch of compasses as well. Now, if you are doing low tier nightmares, I would suggest running for, instead of getting Netherrealm or Commodity. Commodity is also excellent at tier 8, as it drops an absolute monster of Flame Elementium that you can just pick up off the ground. If you got Commodity early on, so time mark 1, 2, and 3, you'll get a lot of Flame Sand and Flame Dust, which isn't very good. However, if you go with Fluorescent Memories or say Black Sail or something like that, um, early on in the lower time marks, I always go for Fluorescent, because Fluorescent Memories can drop Lost Secrets. Lost Secrets are worth 1.3 Flame Elementium each. And if you get a red Fluorescent, you might get 15 or 20 Lost Secrets drop, which is massive when you are in early time marks, especially at the start of the season. And then when you get to about time mark 5 or 6, that's when I would prioritize Commodity over Fluorescent. And then once you get to time mark 7 plus, that's when I would prioritize Netherrealm and Commodity over everything else. If you go Black Sail, you might get lucky and get some uniques, but I like consistent farming strategies, not luck-based farming strategies. So that's why I build the Nightmares the way that I do. So if you get God of War and a build like this, you can just run through very quickly and clear the map and then go back and loot everything. As long as you have A held down, you can pick up all of this Flame Elementium that is dropping around the place. Come down here, kill the boss, kill everything around here, trigger this and spam Dark Surge. Kill that while that's going. In the pre-season, if you get a boss, it'll drop between 1 and 3 edicts. If you get a Doom at the moment, it's still 25 Flame Elementium, which is fantastic. I hate the cube, so that can go away. And that's it. So that's a pretty in-depth guide on the trait deck, as well as how I build my Nightmares and how I run deep space missions. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks very much.